Hi everyone, this is Español Explicadisimo. Today we are going to learn how to correctly pronounce the Spanish alphabet. Let's start with the vowels. There is a difference between English and Spanish. In English, all the letters have different sounds depending on the combination between one and another. However, in Spanish the sound is always the same. Let's start with the letter A. In Spanish, this letter is pronounced simple, A, in a dry way, without expelling air from your mouth. You can do an exercise where you place your hand in front of your mouth and try to pronounce the letter A. You will notice that the air never escapes from your mouth.
A, 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 A.
Here is where things get complicated. The letter E in Spanish is pronounced as E.
E, 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 E.
With the letter I in Spanish is pronounced E. The sound is a little longer.
E, 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 E.
Let's continue with the letter O. This letter is one we can use to identify people who do not speak Spanish as a native language, because in English the sound of the O is closed. Your lips will make a slow inward movement, and it will form this sound, O. We can notice this accent using a simple sentence, like for example, let's eat tacos. If you can notice the sound of the O, it makes this curve that we were talking before. However, in Spanish, this movement is not made. So the letter O is simple O.
O, 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 O.
Lastly, the letter U. In English, it has the same curve as the letter O, but in Spanish, the same things happens in the previous example. The U is pronounced U.
U, 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 U.
Now that we know that all vowels are always the same, they will never change, even when there are combinations of vowels. Let's continue with the consonants of the alphabet. When pronouncing the letters of the alphabet, we always need a vowel to make the sound, and this vowel is usually the letter E. Let's do it intuitively. How would you pronounce this letter? Exactly, it is B. The letter C is pronounced C. Now let's do the same with this letter. How would you pronounce this letter? Exactly, D. Now let's continue with the letter F. It would be F. In the case of the letter G, it is G. The letter H in Spanish is silent. You should simply ignore it and pronounce the vowel to the right of it. However, this letter does have a sound, and this sound is similar to a sneeze, H. The letter J is called Joda. The K has a very dry sound, K. You can notice it by not exhaling air from your mouth. The letter L is pronounced L. The letter M is pronounced M. The letter N is pronounced N. The letter we see below is the only letter that doesn't exist in the English alphabet. It contains a kind of decoration at the top. This letter is pronounced ñ. Let's continue with the P. This letter spells air through your mouth. You can try it by putting your hand near your mouth and notice that when you pronounce the P in English, you feel air in your hands. Now let's try to make the sound in Spanish. P. Put your hand in front of your mouth and you will notice that the air does not hit against your hand. The letter Q is pronounced Q, as we would pronounce K, but next to a U. Many of our users feel confused and unable to pronounce the letter R. But we can help you to create this sound with a simple example. When you say better, you are pronouncing the letter R in Spanish. The letter S is pronounced S. The letter T is pronounced T in Spanish. The letter V is called V. This sound is pronounced by brushing your lips against your teeth, but your teeth never touch. The letter W is pronounced W. The letter X is pronounced X. The letter Y in English has the name Y. This letter is pronounced exactly like E. Finally, we have the letter Z, which is pronounced Z. There is a slight buzzing sound coming from your throat. Now we know how to pronounce each letter of the Spanish alphabet. Considering that the letters never change sound, only in a few occasions we can easily intuit how to write words or read them. This is the easiest part of Spanish. You can practice this every moment of your day. If you want to continue learning in an intuitive, easy and fast way, you can take our classes, where we will teach and advise you privately, and you can practice with a tutor especially prepared to help you to improve your understanding in this beautiful language. The best way to learn a new language is to try to keep your mind thinking in this language. So we recommend taking the classes only in Spanish. This way, through videos, you can learn to associate movements with words, making it easier to understand. We will be pleased to invite you to our meetings. A great day!
Bueno, espero hayas aprendido algo útil el día de hoy. Y recuerda que la práctica hace al maestro. Y aquí, junto al tutor de fonética española Micael García, quien ha sido la voz de fondo, les deseamos un gran día. Esto es Español Explicadísimo. Espero verlos la próxima vez. Adiós.